Do it to it. Oh, we're live. Cool. We're live. Live. DJ Voice live.
Live
Yeah.
in the basement.
Everybody, it is Papa's Basement, the podcast that has no production value, so we're not going to edit this out. It's going to be here. It's me explaining to you that this won't be taken out. You're going to hear some intro music momentarily, then we'll start the episode. So there you go. Nah. Where the fuck? Oh, all right. There we go.
My eyes have told you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes.
Isn't that a pretty song?
It's a beauty.
Some good shit.
Yeah.
As a half Italian who masquerades as a full blood, what do you think of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons?
I mean, it's timeless, peerless,
Okay.
without equal.
Well, I am playing this song because the guitarist Dimitri Callis on this tune, and maybe he did backing harmonies as well. I don't really remember. I don't think there's backing harmonies. I think this is pretty
Frankie
much
Valli
Frankie.
needs no backing harmony.
Yeah. So my uncle Dimitri Callis played on this cut and a bunch of other Four Seasons stuff, and he died this week. So I was I was just gonna play a couple of things.
Good
and
for you, man.
talk about death and other comedy
Good
shit.
stuff. Yeah, taking it to the basement.
Lighthearted,
You're taking it to the basement.
So everyone, welcome to Papa's Basement. I'm John Papa Giorgio, and back is Joe
Back.
Gagliardi.
The heart and soul of the basement.
Yeah,
Joe Gagliardi in the flesh. Joey the Laugh Master.
really. Yeah, you
People have
are
forgotten
the. What is the thing that exploded in Chernobyl and killed everyone?
The catalyst. Oh, the
rods.
the uranium rods.
Are you the uranium rod of Papa's Basement?
I mean, what can I say? I'm the combustion chamber
Yeah, man.
where the magic happens.
I just wanted to give a couple of minutes talking about my uncle, and then
Nice.
we have nothing planned beyond that. So we'll see how long this shit goes.
There's very little planning.
Really nothing.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
nothing.
man. No, he when I was growing up, he was a big influence in my life because my dad's whole side, except for my drunken Uncle John.
It's always a drunken uncle. Yeah.
Drunken Uncle John, yeah, whose son died tragically himself.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. So that's why he was a drunk.
I mean, that makes sense. Give that guy gets a pass.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
feel like your kid gets the kid knocked a gas can under a hot water heater back when the pilot light was just exposed, I guess.
Oh God.
And so the poor little dude went up, and after that, Uncle John became drunk Uncle John.
Oh God, because he probably found him.
Yeah. I
Oh,
only assume
God.
so he had to
That's the absolute worst.
haul him to wherever you take burned kids.
Oh, I don't even know at that point. Whatever's left.
Safeway.
That's
yeah.
terrible. Oh my God. Wait, why is his name? Whose brother is he? Your Dimitri.
Oh, Dimitri
Was your dad's brother?
my mom's.
Your mom's
No,
brother.
my mom had one brother,
Okay.
Uncle Dimitri.
So your mom's maiden name is Callus.
Callus,
Got
yes. My dad
That's Greek? Callus?
is from like Callus Donatus or
I was
some
gonna say, I
shit,
feel
or-
like you're missing the Adiopolis.
yeah,
on the end of that.
Calicorakis. I
Yeah.
forget what the
Castellaniopolis.
I'm like the worst.
Stamkos.
All these people that have to pay for 23andMe to like learn what their shit was 5
Yeah.
generations ago.
Yeah.
I could just ask my mom and I'm like, don't care. Trying to get a podcast some traction, lady.
So you're like a full blood, is what you're telling me. You're
I'm
kind of rubbing in my
full-blood.
face
Oh,
that
yeah,
I'm a mixed
yeah.
breed.
Oh yeah. No, I'm pure. You are a
Nice.
mongrel.
I'm a mixed breed. Yeah, I know.
I am pure. Sadly, it's probably
I
going to
should not
end
exist. I
this
know.
generation. Either I'm
Well-
not going to knock anyone up, or if I do, it'll be like some Puerto Rican,
Well, there you
like
go. Or
Puerto Rican black chick. Yeah.
a Chinese woman. In
A
New York City,
Chinese.
potentially. You never know.
Yeah.
A professional. Of
Papa
sorts.
Chan.
Yeah, a career orientated woman.
Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with
Oh.
that.
Well, the hookers make me use condoms.
Well,
Although my dream is one of them like rolls over to me and she's like, "It's my last day stateside. I've always wanted like a half white baby. You think you
Nice.
can deliver?"
yeah.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't. Let's do that. Why not?
Too much Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
And Propecia.
yeah. Let's make this
Yeah.
happen."
Shooting blanks over there, man.
Well, they get in your head like 5
Yeah, that's
seconds
true.
in. They're like, "Hey, I love you." And
Yeah.
you're like, "Wow,
I
this is
know.
moving fast." But
As she's checking her phone. And
I think I love you too.
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff.
No, man,
Nice.
my I don't think about it a ton, but my uncle's actually the one that introduced me in any way, shape, or form to comedy, like adult comedy, because he was made his living as a musician. Like even when he stopped with the seasons, this was back in an era where you just could perform at local dance halls or
Yeah.
whatever, and that
Yeah.
was it. That was your living. Now you have to sell I don't know how much to make money, but back then,
Nope.
before I guess DJs were just playing like, hey, here's a CD carousel, let's go to town.
Oh, God.
Before that existed, like every dance venue needed a band for Friday and Saturday night. So he made a damn living as a musician in
So
Frederick,
awesome.
Maryland,
That's so awesome.
not having to drive beyond DC and Baltimore.
That's so awesome.
That is nuts. That is so baffling to think about.
I mean, without getting to the politics of the cost of living increases
Mhm.
and the I guess not what's the word I'm looking for? The wages not increasing at the same rate.
Oh,
now
yeah.
so you can't, like my grandfather was a saxophone player and a band leader, and he made a pretty nice second living just playing at a like you said, playing at
What do you
the
mean by
local bar.
second living?
Well, he worked at a GM plant during the day. So it was like- but he had 4 kids in New York City, and
No,
you know,
my uncle didn't
a
need
lot of
that
kids.
shit.
yeah.
He was just a guitarist.
He's just a guitarist, man.
Yeah.
The guitarist runs in the family. The guitarist blood.
Yeah, my bro is that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, he was the first dude. He had that like that nighttime edgy vibe. He'd wear sunglasses in the day and he'd wake up at 2 in the afternoon.
Nice.
And he was just I can see where a lot of my own behavior. I don't know if he like jerked off to a lot of internet porn in the 80s,
I don't know.
but
I don't know how that worked.
probably like a trickle down thing.
I feel like it was just to hit the corner store and grab one of those magazines in the brown paper.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
I do remember one time I found a Fredericks of Hollywood catalog
Okay.
of his.
I don't know what that is.
It was like a lingerie, like a much sexier Victoria's Secret. He wasn't
There you
perusing
go.
to purchase anything. I think he was just looking for
You
the
never
lady.
know, man.
It was far more graphic. It wasn't the Adam and Eve catalog level
oh, okay.
where it was like,
You're familiar.
yeah, catalogs used to be a thing that you would get to whack it to.
Oh,
In the
okay.
day,
Or
like-
to buy stuff. But yeah.
Well, I don't think most of the people getting these catalogs use them to purchase stuff. Like Adam and Eve would just depict graphic sex in the pages of the
Oh,
Adam and Eve catalog.
Nice. Okay.
Fredericks of Hollywood, although they would liberally airbrush out nipples, there was enough to be like, this is
good. Yeah,
this
it's
is
good.
pretty
That's
good
hot
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely remember like a 14-year-old John snagging that catalog and busting one like in my grandma's
There you
bedroom.
go. Sticking the
Hiding
pages
out.
together. That's good.
Yeah.
Times. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nice.
So-
From what I understand, you need a new 2-headed dilly. Adam and Eve is the place to go.
Adam
That's
and
my-
Eve
that's my
had
understanding.
Adam
Pretty
and
much
Eve
anything you could ever ask for.
at the end was like make one purchase. We're sending you 12 DVDs, which I always thought was hinky. Like, wouldn't you want some control over the DVDs coming into your house? Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be a fan of some of the.
they're gonna leap to some assumptions, or maybe they're gonna try to scattershot it, be like, all right, too gay,
Yeah,
too
it would be everything
straight.
from bestiality on up.
Yeah,
on up from there.
exactly.
Yeah, let's
One
see what
with
this
like
guy's into.
a dog going down on.
Yeah,
You don't need that.
no, you don't need that, or nor do you want that necessarily. I mean, in the age
All
of
that's
internet
gonna
porn,
happen is you're gonna either sell them off
Yeah,
and get in legal trouble
right.
when they bust you for giving away the dog fucking
Can't-
DVD,
I don't want to do that.
or you're going to develop new fetishes, because that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to expand their base.
Well, if you want my honest opinion, I think they probably. I mean, it's the age of internet porn, so they probably have a warehouse full of porn DVDs. They're
I
just
would-
like, yeah, somebody get rid of these.
I would only assume Adam and Eve is very dead now.
I don't know. You think?
Maybe it's adamandeve.com now, but back
Well-
in the day, it was a catalog. You bought one DVD, you got 12 more. You learned that you were really into like black dudes on white chicks or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
And
sure.
you develop some new fetishes, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, cool. Look who's look who's buying Mandingo 18.
Nice.
This guy.
Or look who wrote us back a nice review on Yelp.
Yeah. Did people have Yelp in the 90s?
I don't know. We're talking about the 90s? Adam and Eve?
Adam and Eve was old.
Oh, Adam and Eve's been around for a while.
Adam and Eve was old.
I feel like so. I mean, you think about
I
your
jacked
options.
it to an Adam and Eve catalog in the mid 90s
Oh my god,
that my dad had. See, motherfuckers were just catalog owners back
catalog owners, man.
then. I was a Victoria's Secret catalog owner.
Right.
My uncle D had a Frederick Hollywood. Fredericks. There was an
Fredericks.
apostrophe in that mix.
Fredericks.
He was a stickler for punctuation.
Yes. Someone has to be.
Yeah. And That Frederick, man, when that first catalog came back
You're all over it.
and it didn't have the apostrophe S, he shot the man that brought it to him.
I mean, don't bring
Just
that trash
in cold
my
blood.
house. Yeah,
In cold blood.
he's a musician, man. They're hotheads.
And then he called, he called the printing company, Mr. Frederick did.
Nice.
He's like, I'm sorry. Is this Frederick of Hollywood? Frederick, Maryland, where Dimitri Callis lives? No, it's
this mine?
Frederick's. This is mine.
This is mine.
You goddamn respect that,
The
Mooney.
possessive.
Yeah.
Possessive.
And he hung up on Mr. Mooney, and Mr. Mooney got that apostrophe S in that.
Damn
bitch.
right he did. Maybe
So,
two. I don't know. Nice.
my uncle, yeah, he was the one that taught me. He was the first guy that ever sat down with me and taught like he could talk, he could tell a joke
Yeah.
like in a way that you were hanging on every word and it was deliberate and there were pauses.
Yeah.
Like my dad was funny, but he's a Greek immigrant. So it wasn't exactly the most eloquent
Yeah.
English. I just said eloquent.
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 It's ironic. That's irony.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
it's
Ladies
delicious
and gentlemen,
irony.
that's the definition of
Yeah, I
irony.
wasn't the most eloquent, but my dad was funny as shit. But my uncle was the one that could sit down and really tell a joke. He introduced me to like off-color humor.
Oh, nice.
Words I dare not repeat here. Words that get one branded in today's society. But
Yeah, you don't want-
God,
right, you
oh,
don't
he
do
could
that.
tell a joke. Oh, he could tell a joke of a certain stripe.
So, you're sweating. That's nice.
I always do.
Attaboy. I almost always do too. But so let me ask you this. So your Uncle D was a little better at English than your dad.
He was born over here.
Oh, he's born over here. Okay.
Yeah, he was born over here. My dad's side were the savages, literally from the Greek caves,
Yeah.
because the Nazis were bombing them.
Oh,
So they hid
okay.
in the caves of Crete.
Did your dad, when he was telling a joke, did he do a lot of like, how you say chicken crusty? How you say
He did
roll?
like how you say.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a.
How do you say?
He liked him
The
at how-
chickens, they
he would
cross
just
the.
he would just come up with like these turns of phrase where you're like, oh, this guy's like a really genius person, but
yeah.
by the crook of fate, he's just a Greek locksmith in
Just
America.
a Greek locksmith in America, man.
And that's
Reduced.
just a reality that most of us want to hide our heads from. We're like, for some reason, we just equate money with success. We're like, fuck, how smart is Jeff Bezos? And it's like, I don't know, probably not really, like above
Well,
average.
I mean, he's willing.
He's
to-
not Forrest Gump.
No,
Although
I mean,
Forrest Gump did set that bar of, like,
Yeah.
low, mid, double digit IQ success. So I shouldn't even point to Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump
Can be done.
triumph.
Yeah.
Hell of a stockbroker.
Hell of
or
a guy.
stock owner.
Yeah, stock
Apple.
owner. Yeah, an Apple. Yeah,
Yeah.
could run like the wind.
Bubba Gump did really well.
Could find the scrimps. You know.
He had a lot of knacks, that man.
Yeah, he was a good guy,
So
and not at
I-
all just a fictional character.
I shouldn't mock him. No.
No, you
what
really
he
shouldn't.
did.
He wouldn't appreciate it.
And then Robert Zemeckis did that movie about him.
Yeah. Was that who directed? Robert Zemeckis
Zemeckis
did Forrest Gump.
did Forrest Gump.
God,
yeah.
I could have done with that movie being an hour shorter, if I'm being honest. But whatever.
That movie sucked shit.
Well,
the-
when I
oh.
first saw it, I was like, this movie was horrible. And then over the years, I've come to
I've
endear myself to it.
I've come to only hate it. The only redeeming thing about that film, which is like the most cliche laden piece of shit. It's like, oh, Nam scene, where's the CCR? And whatever fucking Doors music we need when the hippie scenes come up is just, my
Yeah.
God, man.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stereotypes. You know,
Really?
a lot of tendencies.
Like retards are fast? Is that
Whoa, I mean, well,
I dropped a hard R
yeah,
right
it's a
there.
hard
I'm
R. You can't be
sorry.
doing that.
Yeah.
It's my first time back in the basement. You're gonna get me.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me banned.
Yeah, man. No,
You
is
know, I
that a
can't be associated
stereotype?
with this. What? That they're fast?
Yeah.
That
The
what
the
was he?
hard
ta-
Rs.
What he? No, but he was not mentally. I mean, he had what do you have? Some kind of autism or something?
I think he was of the hard R.
No,
Yeah.
but he was.
I think he was Chef Boy.
So you're saying
RT.
all of his success was just purely accidental? Maybe that was like the whole point of the film. I don't know.
I think it was because he had like a childlike sense of wonderment.
Hmm.
And that's why he succeeded.
How do you end up with the Apple stock? I don't remember.
I think he thought he was buying actual Apple.
Oh, nice. I don't know. We'll have to look that up. Somebody hit us on the live
Yeah.
chat if anybody's watching
There's
live on Facebook.
yeah. No, you keep that away. What are you broadcasting on your Facebook?
Well, no, I just keep the YouTube feed up just in
Oh,
case
yeah,
it shuts.
okay.
I'm not actually looking at it in case it
Oh,
shuts
okay.
down.
Yeah, no. Like, the literary convention of the magical Negro.
Whoa.
I think Gump was the magical hard R.
Oh, well, see. Oh, okay. All
I
right.
like how I said it once and now I'm
Yeah, I don't. I'm okay, and that's our show. My first and last time back in the basement.
yeah, it's been real, man.
it's all right.
real.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are you gonna do? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. That's Italian philosophy. What are you gonna do?
What are you
I
gonna
don't know.
do about it? I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Uncle D.
the only good thing about Forrest Gump was Lieutenant Dan, bitter ass Lieutenant Dan, and then he marries that chubby Asian broad at the end.
God, it's been a long time. I'm forgetting crucial details of that movie.
He's got the magic legs at the end.
Doesn't Lieutenant Dan try to kill himself at one point? And
Lieutenant
Forrest saves him.
Dan tries to, I think, wade into combat, or he begs to be left in a drop zone of some sort.
Well,
as they call it, you wouldn't know this, but as the soldiers call it, the shit.
Oh yeah, the shit.
He was in the shit.
He was in the shit. Yeah, and he didn't want to be saved.
He didn't want to be saved.
But then at one point, didn't he like try to throw himself in the water or something? And Forrest like jumped in.
That was Lieutenant Dan like embracing life again. Like, I think he flops into the water and Forrest is freaked out.
Yeah.
Because he's like, am I going to have to use my retard strength again?
Oh, that's two.
To dig him strength. Like the way he artarded him out of the forest. He's like, am I going to have to artard him out of the water?
It's like 2.5.
But he didn't, because I think Lieutenant Dan just did that because he was enraptured by the beauty of life.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And suddenly he was like, hey, without these legs dragging me down, I can really float. It was almost a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
Like without his legs, he was lighter.
Oh,
Get it?
I guess.
Plus his dick was intact. So,
oh well,
yeah,
that's something.
There was that.
Yeah, Forrest Gump and Uncle D.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, my uncle passed, and R.I.P. to him. He was a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Considering that I do, or the degree to which I dip my toe into comedy, must have had some sort of influence on me, right? Like, because I thought,
I clearly he was.
Yeah, I thought he was the cool American one. My dad was just some blue collar, heavily accented bald man.
Yeah,
but my uncle, died with a fucking giant head of hair.
See,
died with a head of hair.
Beautiful thing, man.
Those yellow Bono glasses that I wear.
Yeah,
my uncle used to wear those. Like a big yellow pair of shades.
Nice.
He was a fucking down ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
man.
he was a guitarist, man.
He was a guitarist in the 60s and 70s.
Did he marry or no?
I think he married a couple times.
Yeah. See, that I was trying to explain to my son that, like,
I can only imagine that dude fucked.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I've ever seen. We were at JJ's open mic the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I remember looking at a couple of the guitarists and being like,
I'd fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously beyond that, but being like, I wonder if that guy's, and then sure enough, you see the wedding ring. You're like, that guy's only shot was being a musician. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying like an ugly motherfucker.
I'm not saying I'm Mel Gibson, but
yeah.
Well, who's the standard for male beauty now? It's not Mel Gibson, is it?
How do you think Forrest Gump would have shredded? Like, do you think his R powers extend to that?
That's like 2.75 at this point. You're just all over the place. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, didn't he have sex with Jenny in the movie? Didn't they hook up?
Oh no, I meant like how he would have played the guitar. But yeah, he definitely beat Jenny's pussy.
How he would have played the guitar? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, he was pretty much a savant on everything else. That's why I'm pretty sure he's not.
I think you put Forrest Gump in front of a drum set. Like I think he just smacks the shit out of it.
Well, that's what drumming is.
I think John Bonham's got nothing on Forrest Gump in front of a drum kit.
I don't know. Well, get some Meckus on the phone. You know, there's a Forrest Gump 2 coming out at some point. I mean, there's a sequel to everything else.
I like what? Like his IQ's too low to die? Like he's just like, there goes my dang old heart again, and smacks it, and then he comes back to life.
You know what'd be funny is he'd be like a quadrillionaire by now with being one of the first people to get Apple stock. Plus bubblegum shrimp is blowing up all over town.
Oh yeah.
Plus look at the history of Alabama football. You know, he'd have a sideline pass to all those national championships. He'd be like Nick Saban's right hand.
I thought that was radio with an R that enjoyed football. Am I wrong?
I don't remember the movie Radio. That was Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah,
the Cuba Gooding Jr. vehicle.
Yeah.
I must admit I don't remember that plot.
You were about to make a very off-color joke about what R did you mean?
Well, no. I mean, I literally don't remember that. I remember seeing the cover of the movie and seeing Cuba Gooding Jr.
No one's seen Radio.
I mean,
with a gun to my head, I couldn't find you a person that's seen 1 second of that. I
never
think
saw it.
It exists just as a poster.
I'm not the biggest Cuba Gooding fan, to be perfectly honest. What happened to him, by the way? I feel like he hasn't made a movie since.
Well,
what was the last movie he made?
I mean, there was that assault conviction.
Oh, did he get convicted of something?
Yeah, man. Like
a woman? He beat up a woman?
He beat up a woman. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Cuba. What are you doing?
Like some prostitute who like didn't properly eat his ass or something.
Oh, now you're just making stuff.
I am the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing. So he was not actually. Oh, so we don't know what happened to him.
Well, I mean, obscurity happened to him.
But obscurity comes for us all at some point.
Yeah. Some of us never leave it.
Some of us are mired in it.
Yeah. I don't I don't know what happened. Snow Dogs? He had the Gay Cruise movie. Do you remember that?
Yeah. What was that? I don't remember what that was called.
I think it was called Come Cruise.
Okay. Now you're just upsetting the listeners.
Just having fun.
It's just having a good time.
I think it was called Come Cruise, and something like some groups objected to that title.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably all of them.
Yeah.
Like the Hollywood Foreign Press, maybe.
I don't know why you tagged so many people.
Tagged a lot of people. I'm seeing that. Oh, there's a bunch of people in the live chat. Look at this. What do we got? We got Nate Gonzalez. Shout out Lance Washington.
Good old
Boom.
Nate.
Yeah, Nate Gonzalez says, yeah, boat trip.
Boat trip.
Yeah, boat trip. Nate
It wasn't
Gonzalez.
Come Cruise. It was Boat Trip. I was in the ballpark.
Lance Washington says Joe is looking thick with 3 C's. Appreciate that, buddy. That's not by accident. The holidays, man.
I like
Joey's putting on the belly.
The vow to stay off the phone broken 10 minutes.
Well, no, you got to engage with the listeners, man. He says,
are we engaging? Okay.
Yeah, Nate Gonzalez says Lieutenant Dan was challenging, quote, God when they were shrimp boating.
Oh.
Yeah, see, they're helping the show, right? Yeah, see, they know.
Good old
They
Nate,
had,
man.
that had Cuba and Horatio Sands. Boat trip
Boat Trip
is what it was called.
Yeah, I think it was like a gay cruise.
Lance is Rob Marshall. Oh, nice.
It was a gay cruise.
Robino, shout out.
And they had to fit in. I guess like it was legit. If you were straight, they'd throw you off. They'd either throw you off the side of the boat or fuck your face till you were gay.
Oh, well, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that.
Well,
You're just being hateful now.
Yeah, no, I'm not being hateful. It's beautiful.
Did you miss me that much? Are you just like spewing out your hate speech because
It's a
you're like
beautiful
Gagliardi's
thing.
face is back across from me in the podcast?
Yeah,
studio,
so I'm gonna
and I'm just
subtly
gonna, like,
mention face fucking. every
squeeze the
18 seconds.
toothpaste of hate.
I mean, I feel bad that everyone's gonna find this like in my family that
Yeah.
is like, oh, I'm gonna look up Dimitri Callis
To be your legacy.
material,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, oh, what a heartfelt tribute to
Let's find
Dimitri
his-
Callis, the guitarist. Oh, what else is being said
Let's
here?
find his obit, and then it's going to be his punk ass
This will be
nephew on here.
be his obit. This is all he needs.
He would love it. I feel like I didn't know the man, but I
He
feel
would
like
love the
he
shit. out of
was a
this.
rock guitarist. I
Yeah.
mean, he was hanging out with Frankie Valli. You think Frankie Valli wasn't
He
in
didn't
some
hang
stuff?
out. He was his goddamn guitarist for a couple years.
You don't think they hung out? How do you build chemistry as a band? Frankie Valli was a legend of rock and roll.
You think Frankie called mouth?
I mean,
Not
Would
on my
you?
uncle. On whatever they were.
well,
Tapping that
I don't
night.
know. I mean, I don't know how that worked. And it was that the 50s, right? Primarily 60s ish.
No,
When were the Four
70s.
Seasons? No, the four seasons.
Four Seasons were 60s into 70s. The album that my uncle was primarily on was called Chameleon, which I think dropped in 72 or 74.
Chameleon. Okay.
Chameleon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Frankie Valli. That guy.
It was after the Beatles destroyed everyone.
the Beatles. Overrated.
Fucking
so
Beatles.
overrated. Sorry, Kevin Keefe. You son of a gun.
The Beatles,
Beatles are so-
destroyed my uncle's income for roughly a decade.
Look. I'm going to be
Fucking
perfectly honest. I'm
mop-top
a
idiot.
musician myself, and the
Yeah.
Beatles could not be more overrated. in
You've
my opinion.
never fucking looked sexier.
I mean,
you've
what can I
never-
say? I'm a rock star, man.
I'm sorry.
With two
And again,
X's.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I love you too, Kevin Keefe. You
Yeah.
goddamn Beatles loving motherfucker.
It's just
but
ridiculous. Like as soon as somebody says they're a Beatle fan, I'm like, okay, boomer.
They're
Get out of my face.
good. They're good.
mean, they're
we
good, they're
can't
not-
appreciate because everything they did has been done to death.
Well, they were the first. I mean, right?
I was gonna
They were
say, like the first dude to invent pasta. He's like, here's my bowl of plain spaghetti.
yeah, see,
Like you compare it to what they're doing in the Italian shops these days. They put a sauce on it, Joe. You wouldn't believe.
you
Red
wouldn't
in color.
believe, but a red clan
Mwah.
with sauce. A pretty pop.
Abadanza.
Let me ask you this: which one of your people was the first one to wrap something in a grape leaf? It's like that's like when the
yeah,
legend of
Heraclitus,
Greek,
maybe? I don't
legend
know.
of Greece began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exactly. The first thing they put a grape leaf around might have been like, I don't know, like a mouse's head. It took a
Well-
long time to figure it. You put like rice in that shit.
You could. I mean, it's like what's in a? I hate stuffed grape leaves. By the way, I think it's disgusting.
They're a little oily. And
That's
then
not the oil
they
that
have a
bothers me.
thickness to the leaf. as
What is the
well.
flavor? Is the flavor the grape leaf? There's some disgusting flavor.
There's nothing all that flavored to it.
Inherently
That's
in the-
almost my beef with it. It's a damn leaf around some rice.
Isn't there something in the
Sounds like
rice?
a Vietnamese food when you think about it.
Vietnamese food blows.
It
Greek
sounds
food
like
out of the water.
something
I love Vietnamese food.
that the snipers who took out Bubba were eating while they were chilling like in a hole for 6 months,
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
waiting for, the round eyes to come by.
Is it? Wait, is it grape leaves? Is that it's stuffed grape leaves? Right? Is the is it
it's
some
like
other olive leaf or
it's
something?
like a goddamn Greek burrito. It's like a little
Disgusting. It's like a little Vienna sausage.
Yeah.
yeah, like a little Greek people.
Well, I think we mostly find them gross because I haven't eaten one that didn't come out of a can in about 20 goddamn years.
I think they're gross, man. I
They're-
like pretty much everything else the Greeks make. The baklava, isn't that Greek?
Yeah,
Baklava is outstanding. You guys nailed it with that.
it's a good treat.
I mean, tiramisu and cannolis and black and white cookies.
I
and
remember one time when
Pignoli. I mean, the Italians are the kings of desserts.
my dad made a baklava and our
Yeah.
dog jumped up and ate the baklava. I've never seen a dog so scared for its life before.
What kind of dog?
It's like a half boxer, half shepherd.
So how long after that did your dog have full on diabetes?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say diarrhea because that was about 30 goddamn minutes.
Oh God. What's in baklava?
Dog-
It's like fig
Walnuts,
and-
man.
Oh, walnuts.
Walnuts.
Yeah,
Dogs aren't
honey.
supposed to eat walnuts and cloves.
No, walnuts. Well, there's a bunch of things. Garlic,
Dog
walnuts,
shit
cloves.
hard.
Oh God. Probably had pancreatitis for the rest of his life.
It was fun. Yeah, I don't know what eventually that dog died because it wasn't depressing enough talking about my dead uncle. That
Oh,
dog
okay, yeah.
died because it had like fucked up hind legs.
Oh,
And we took my mom out for dinner and there was like a thunderstorm
yeah.
and she got scared and must have slipped on the linoleum and like threw out her back. And so we had them like numb her up to see if it'd heal up in a couple days and it didn't. So we're like, I guess we gotta kill our dog.
The dog?
Yeah. And so we're like, hope you enjoyed your Cracker Barrel, Maria. Our dog's dead thanks to you.
Wow. There's blood on your hands, sir.
That was a
There's
couple-
probably just a muscle pull, man. You just
couple
need to
of-
give the dog a massage and some.
Oh
Advil.
no! I mean, we took it to the vet. I didn't diagnose it with a fucking shotgun
I
in
don't
the
know what you
backyard.
do.
I took it in. The vet where you go in and it's about $400 or $500, and then
Yeah.
they kill your pet.
Oh my God.
And that wasn't like
Shouldn't that be free? I mean, really?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't
oh, yeah.
that be like a
Those are
thing?
Several, but don't worry. I got a clay disc that had my dog's fucking paw print on it
Oh my
and a nice
God.
card after the fact.
I tell you what, man.
Like, what is the goddamn vet right there? Had fun killing Nike.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Can I? Nike was your dog's name, really?
Nike.
Oh my God.
Greek
The Greek
goddess
god
of
of what?
victory.
The god of baklava. Oh, nice. Oh, victory. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Nike. Oh, Adidas
Nike.
was taken.
Yes.
Oh, here's our cat Reebok. Ba-boom. This is my
Fuck-
fish Under
I'll
Armour.
fuck you with my fish, BK Nights.
My BK Nights. Hashtag throwback.
Mhm.
I had a pair of BK Nights.
Did
They
you?
were fresh,
So
man.
your
Yeah.
parents didn't love you that much.
No, I mean, weren't they? I wanted them. Weren't they cool shoes? There's a picture of little fat 10-year-old Joey playing basketball in some BK Nights.
Oh, I always thought they were like the low rent shoe. Like it was like a real clear tier. It was like
What do you mean?
Nike, then it was Reebok, especially the Reebok pumps. And then you had like I would do the Chuck Taylors, which I don't know how I don't have worse knees
Yeah.
because that's just a fucking slab of rubber with
It's
laces
absolutely
on it.
no. I love Chuck Taylors.
gotta be the
Anytime I
worst
wear them
shoe
for more
on
than
earth.
5 seconds, I'm
Yeah.
like, my God, everything hurts.
Yeah, no, Chuck Taylors are suitable for like an alt porn set, and that's it.
Or improv or any sort of comedy because that's what
I
it's like
guess.
the default shoe for.
Is it
improv.
really?
Like,
They're
you,
just-
what do you do improv? You've seen it.
I don't know. Everyone I've ever seen do improv just comes out barefoot,
Barefoot.
just like inspired by The Hobbit. I don't know.
Inspired by Frankie Valli and the hipster movement.
Yeah, they were also barefoot.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you go to any improv show and there's not at least one set of Chuck Taylors there. You let me know,
Really?
and I'll
keep an eye out.
I'll eat a live fish or something.
How about BK? Oh, challenging Joe to eat something,
Challenge accepted. Yeah, imagine
getting
that.
you out of your wheelhouse there,
thick with 3 C's and 2 Q's.
getting you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm not
If
scared.
there's someone there in glasses
Yeah,
with a shitty haircut,
I'll eat some chili fries.
I'll eat a burger.
Yeah,
Fucking mark my words. Write it down, audience. I'll eat a burger, and God help me, I'll have some pizza.
Put some
if-
blue cheese. and
If
some
I
bacon
see a
on it.
troop that's all white guys, I'll eat some pizza.
Forget about it. If I see John Papa Giorgio not being funny in an improv set,
Uh-huh.
you can order me whatever you want. You know, some stuffed grape leaves, some baklava, make it happen.
That's
Not as
just-
scary.
That's just the space in the middle of the bingo board.
Right in the middle of the
Says
bingo board. Papa Giorgio sucking.
Baba Giorgio eating shit.
It's the freebie. But no, you had a good show last night.
Oh, I-
Shout out to
I
Summers,
did.
Dawn
did.
Perlis, Kevin Keith, JJ
Thank you.
Walter.
I never know JJ's. I literally, when
Walter,
I was calling
Walther?
our buddy JJ on stage, I
Uh-huh.
introduced everyone else by first and last, and I was like,
And you're like,
And
there's
JJ.
JJ Dubs.
it is
I don't know what it is.
Walter, I believe.
I don't know what it is either. I don't really care. He's
No,
like sort of my friendly arch nemesis.
Let's.
in this
Oh, me
round.
too.
Yeah.
I love JJ. Let's
No, we
let's
go
go
at each
back though to that open mic you were talking about. JJ's musical open mic, where you were apparently again scoping out musicians that you wanted to
Yeah,
come cruise fuck you.
obviously.
Okay.
I mean that one kid that did the freestyle rap. I was like, all right, I'm into that. I mean, it wasn't freestyle. It was that shit was written, to quote Eminem.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah,
It was Nas.
it was
who
good. It was
written.
good, man. He said something about his girl lying through his teeth, and I was like, that's pretty clever.
Mhm.
So I gave him a dap. You know, I gave him a dap for that.
You gave him a dab.
A dap,
What's a dab?
dap, pop the P, dap,
Dap.
dap. That's what the kids say.
Uh huh.
Dap.
Double anal penetration.
I mean, that's if you want. Okay,
Is that what
is
you
that,
gave
is that what that
him?
means to you?
Is that a reward for a good rap?
I mean,
Getting double fucked?
is this what you? Is that even possible? I don't even think that's possible.
Two
How would
dicks,
you?
one
The
ass?
physics of that don't work.
I mean, depends how loosey goosey you are in the rear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like where are you going to put the hips and the rest of the dude? You know.
So, oh,
you
you're saying like two guys, it just might not be possible to fit in
Well,
one
you
A.
can't figure it. Well, no. I'm not talking about.
Let's
No,
go
I'm
on
not talking
YouPorn
about
and
that.
find out.
No, something tells me one of our listeners, Nate Gonzalez, might already be there.
Let's
I don't
go
know.
on
I don't know Nate
Pornhub
personally, but
and see if two cocks can fit in one.
Nate
ass.
Gonzalez is Joey Gags. What do you say? I'm just.
What did he
He
say?
said something. What do you say?
Let's
Here?
find out. Let's get to the bottom
Joey
of this
Gags.
matter.
It is double. Oh, Lance Washington says it is double possible. I am not just double the height of a normal Hispanic. Joey Gags.
Mm-hmm.
Me gusta dulce de dulce de leche. That's some good stuff. That's a good point. Dulce de leche.
Yeah.
That's like probably the best cake on planet Earth.
Oh, I love when the Greeks invented that one.
I'm all about that. The Greeks.
Mhm.
People wouldn't know evaporated milk if it hit you in the face. Would you? Do you even have cows in Greece? Do you even drink milk? You drink goat's milk. Like,
we suck the tit
heathens.
of the goat.
Oh my God. That's why your civilization crumbled into nothing and
You
almost
don't
ruined
like
the
you
world
some feta?
economy.
You don't like you some
I
feta?
do like. I would eat feta off the floor. I do like.
Okay.
Feta. I like feta cheese. I like that flaming cheese too. I don't know what that's called.
It's called a Cheeto.
A Cheeto. Look at you,
Mhm.
flaming Cheeto. What's it really called? The flaming cheese.
Flaming cheese? Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? The cheese they s-
halloumi or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me. You
I don't.
could have said. anything
I
about
mean,
it.
that's like some white person tourist shit, lighting the cheese on fire. Maybe my people did light cheese.
I mean,
on
it's
fire. I don't know.
delicious. I don't know.
I think
don't
it's called
care.
like halloumi or Hitomi Tanaka.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Greeks do a nice octopus too. I like octopus.
I don't eat those anymore. They're too smart.
Oh, look at you.
You can.
They have individual personalities. Did you know that? I'm not. To quote the great George Costanza, if they have individual personalities, I'm not sure we should be eating them. But no, octopi, plural, hashtag.
They're very
individual
clever.
personalities. Yeah, they're very smart.
My old man told me when he was a kid, he used to hunt those like for money, and the trick was you would like kind of fuck around with them, so then they would get aggressive and wrap around your arm, and then you would just bite them between the eyes
Oh,
and kill them.
okay. That's the most Greek thing I ever heard of in my life.
So
Just
savage.
tentacles flapping around.
Yeah, oh yeah. He would just like dive into Suda Bay where he grew up and like grab sponge and like mine sponge when he was a kid for money.
Oh,
I guess it's
that's
called
the second
mine
most Greek thing
sponge,
I
I
ever heard
don't
in my
know.
life. He just swam down with a knife in his teeth and a little
Pretty
loincloth
much, yeah.
and like
Johnny Quest
a medal of Zeus around his neck.
for strength.
Nice. Do you know if you tear an octopus in half, it becomes 2 live octopi? That
Would-
sounds real, doesn't it? That
Wouldn't it
sounds
be
like
like
a real.
quadrupie.
Yeah. Well, no. Quad pie. I don't
Yeah,
know.
quaddy pie.
Quaddy pie.
I love his YouTube channel.
They regrow the other 4 legs,
Oh no,
Yeah.
they can regrow the legs, but not the half.
but not the head. Yeah, the half the head would be the problem. You chop. I wonder if you chopped off all 8 legs and just made like a, I don't know what you would call that, but like would it regrow all
Would
8
you do
legs?
that with like your pet octopus? Just like take out the nail clippers and just take out a little, just not the whole leg, just a little dut.
I mean, I was at
the
H Mart. I was at H Mart. For those that don't know, H Mart, the Asian
joint.
supermarket.
Yeah,
I mean, they literally have a variety of prepared octopi on the shelf. And I mean, I'd tell you right now, if you haven't tried octopus, it's delicious.
what horrible smell would you say H Mart most smells like?
I mean, it begins and ends with seafood. I mean, it's obviously
Is that it?
well, that's the most pungent of all the smells, right? I mean, beef and chicken don't smell unless they're spoiled.
They
Same with
have
pork.
it's all
seafood.
sorts of disgusting. They have those. What are the clams that look like they have a giant cock coming out of them, like
gooey
geoducks or
gooey
gooey
ducks.
duck?
Gooey
Yeah.
duck. It's spelled like geoduck.
Yeah.
Gooey duck.
gooey duck.
Literally looks like a horse penis.
Oh my god, the dismembered shit they sell. Black chicken. You ever eaten black chicken?
I've heard black chicken is the one that's like fermented, or it's like
No, like it's a chicken that has like black feathers and black flesh.
what in God's name? No, never heard of that.
I've never had it myself. I
There's
think this might shock you. I believe the Asians believe if you consume it, it makes your dick hard.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Try not to be too shocked.
and then there's like you grind up a rhino's horn or something, and pretty
And that
much
makes your dick hard.
any phallus that's large enough, if you eat it, you're gonna get blessed with.
Just everything there they sell is making your dick hard,
Okay, yeah. I mean,
which they don't have a problem with. There's like 9 billion Chinese. They can get their dicks hard apparently very successfully.
yeah, there's a lot
A lot of fucking happening in
a
China.
lot of yeah. They're like rabbits.
Yeah,
You know,
God.
you put 2 in a room.
So much
you get
fucking.
4 more.
So, did you want to talk about the person we saw at the?
I did. As a fellow comedian, there are times when it's like
This is your time to shine, baby.
I mean, look, I'm not saying, I mean, Netflix hasn't called yet, obviously, so I'm not saying I'm some sort of authority on comedy, but I think we all know a terrible comic when we see it. We've all had bad nights. Everybody bombs. It's part of it, right? I've bombed 1,000 times. It's not a big deal.
You've
get
done
over it.
14 sets in your life.
I've done 12 sets in my whole life, and 6 of them were absolutely horrendous. But no, you know, but there are times when like these comedians get up and they sort of masquerade like, I mean, I guess fake it till you make it, but then the material is just so. I don't think I've ever had a set where the material was so god awful that I didn't get at least 1 or 2 genuine laughs throughout the set. Because you got to when you bomb, you got to kind
Or
of.
the first time you're bombing and then you dropped your note cards and bent over and your pants split. And we all
it was the bending. It was the bending over that got the audience. They were like, look at the culo on that pincha.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if pincha.
Well, it was the way the pants and your underwear split. So it's just your ass.
Just exposing. You know, brown eyes everywhere.
And then I know you were playing like coy earlier on the show, but then 2 men did walk up and simultaneously fit their penises.
I've never known a person who was so bearded and in the closet as John Papa Giorgio, because it's just the references that come out of you are just. You're just.
This is what you get with a 2-man show.
Yeah, that's what happens.
2-man show.
What happens, man?
Isn't it funny though, just how the energy changes? Whoever's like the co-host, are there 3 of them? Is there 1 of them?
I know they don't know. There could be a surprise guest that's going to pop in later, but no.
No, we'll be way done before Michael gets here.
Done before Michael gets here.
We got another 10 minutes.
And shout out to Pete Bergen, who apparently heard I was on the show and was like, "Nope, not gonna hitch my wagon to that shit star."
Pete has not followed me back on Instagram.
PDB.
Bergen.
I sent him a screenshot of that text message, just jokingly. He didn't respond because it tells me that maybe perhaps some truth to it.
Fucking hates.
Gagliardi's on the show. I'm out of here.
Oh God, Pete Bergen fucking hates us.
Oh God, it's all right. I mean, I love the guy. I don't know what I did to him. Oh, I know what I did to him. I performed in front of him. And he was like, "This hack, this guy, the fuck out of here." You know. That we were doing an exercise at a Chinese menu workshop. By the way, Chinese menu comedy shout out. The workshops are outstanding. Yeah. If you're an improviser, you get a chance to take a Chinese menu comedy workshop.
He just doesn't like us.
No, he doesn't like us. Yeah, but we were at this workshop, and the whole point of this exercise was to not deny, and I blatantly denied. Like in the middle of the exercise. I was
did
like,
someone ask if you were gay?
Oh! Well, wait, wouldn't denying that be denying that be heterosexual? Didn't that joke backfire on you halfway through?
I don't know.
Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah.
The show, the open mic that we were at with JJ, the musical open mic that Pop is referring to.
It was a musical open mic. Scoping guitarists.
Scoping guitarists, man. You know,
you were cruising like Pacino, like your Italian hero.
That's what I do.
You ever watch Cruising?
No, what is that a movie?
It's the one where he's like, I think directed by Friedkin. I think it was directed by the guy that did not Poltergeist. The one that I love, Exorcist.
I never watch a movie twice. I'm gonna work on my Pacino.
It's you just say hoo-ah and great ass.
Hoo-ah! No, but see, even that hoo-ah is not right. I don't do a good. These 2 guys, I was in a short film over the weekend. These 2 guys were doing the most hilarious Al Pacino impressions. I was like just dying. I think that's how I pulled my back muscle. I was laughing so hard. But I can't really do it. I can't really do a good Pacino. It's terrible. You can't just make your voice gruff. Al Pacino. Who got the big black burrito? I gotta work on. We're still thinking about starting an improv troupe where we ask questions to the audience and answer as Al Pacino. But my Pacino sucks.
So
I don't know what role I would play.
We were Cruising, musical by the way, he's a cop undercover. There's someone like killing people in the gay leather community. So he like goes undercover in leather himself.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, and then it's kind of mysterious if he's like actually gay himself or something in the movie. I don't know.
Oh, is it I watched loosely based on the John Papa Giorgio story?
Well, no, man, I'm out and proud.
Accidentally outed.
Yeah.
I mean, just come out. It's fine.
I'm out.
It's 2020, dude. Everybody loves everybody. Well, most people love everybody.
Yeah, I'm totally out.
Yeah. Don't be scared.
Tragically, I love pussy.
See, Lance Washington says, just let me top you.
Lance?
Yeah, Lance Washington. Let me top you. It's my friend Robert.
Oh, Robert.
Robert. Yeah, my friend Robert.
Well, does he want you giving away his name on air, or does he go under Lance Washington? Is that an alias? Is that a pen name?
I don't know if Lance Washington is just
a nom de plume,
like a secret YouTube pen name. It could be. I don't know. A nom de plume.
All right, so go back.
All right, so the musical open mic, if we can stay on track. So musicians, right? And then all of a sudden, that's
a musical open mic. Yeah.
That's a musical open mic. Well, you would think, except for the story we're about to tell, but then some buxom blonde.
Was she buxom? Because I kind of remember her being very flat.
Well, does buxom just mean breasts?
Oh, do you mean ass buxom?
Well, I thought buxom just meant like thick with 4 C's and 2 Q's.
No, buxom means titty.
Buxom just means all right.
Buxom means titty.
Not buxom, thick thick in the bottom.
You would say thick, yeah.
thick, yeah, thick through the trunk, if you will, or the trunks.
Trunky.
The trunks, yeah. But so this thick blonde gets up and at this musical open mic decides she's going to do just a quick, a tight 5-minute stand-up set.
Which was confusing.
Which,
'cause
well, yeah,
this place, Epicure
musical open
Cafe,
mic.
to my knowledge, abandoned their stand-up a couple years ago. So
Well,
I
maybe
was-
because of her. I don't know.
I was puzzled. to
Yeah,
say-
well, I think everybody. Sadly,
Yeah.
I think everybody was. So she gets up, says she's going to do. She doesn't care about it being a musical open mic. She's going to take over the stage and subject everybody to her horrendous jokes. And then she basically proceeds to do a series of jokes about how men won't date her. And she likened her thunder thighs to who was it? Grover
She
and-
said her thunder thighs, which, by the way, I don't want people getting the wrong idea. Her entire shtick was, I scare dudes off because
Right.
they can tell that I can eat
Right.
and I have giant thighs. But this is like a woman who did a ton of squats. Like she's the
Well, she's like a personal trainer or something.
yeah, like she
seemed
like
to have,
had
a
like
muscular
a
frame.
very flat stomach and
Right.
like very muscular, but
Right.
very like you'd hit it.
Well, she
ass
was
and
not in.
thighs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she was in bad shape by
Not
any
in the
means.
least.
No, not at
in-
all.
Like
She was wearing a crop top, a
Yeah.
long sleeve crop top.
She
Which is a bold
was-
choice, I feel like.
she was trained into this shape. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that might be the only thing that offends me in life. Like I actually take offense and
The
get
long sleeve
heated.
crop top.
No. Yeah, why would you hide your ink?
Honestly.
No, I have a friend. She
Yeah,
like I don't know if she models
no, you're
anymore, but
lying.
she used to be a fucking model. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, you have a friend that's a model. Okay,
like an
continue.
internet friend. All
Yeah,
right,
of
it's sad
course, yeah,
enough.
right,
Sad
yeah,
enough. All
clearly,
right.
Yeah.
So she puts up a lot of Insta photos of her like fucking, in sports bras and shit, looking great. Like you still wail the shit out of this thing.
Oh, okay.
And-
That's unnecessary.
Yeah. And it's like hashtag like because she's eating like a plate of food in some of the photos. It'll be like hashtag like fat kid, hashtag fat kid at heart, hashtag fatty. Like you're not fucking fat because you eat, you dumb bitch. You're diesel as shit.
Whoa.
I'm
hateful.
fat. God damn, man.
Well, but that's when it's like, what's the intention with that? Like, she's obviously not fat. So, like, is she trying
it's the
to
same shtick this dumb broad was doing, where it's like, oh, look at me, I eat. It's like, yeah, you eat an appropriate amount of food for your caloric output, you dumb shit.
Well, or she gets up and she does jokes about her obviously toned, hard body, but
Yeah.
like part of which is thick because she obviously does a lot of squats,
she
and
squats like a
deadlifts or
maniac.
whatever. So
Yeah.
it's like, what is your intention here? I don't understand.
Take a month off from the gym and you could be on the cover of every rap CD in 1998. The No Limit All Stars are calling.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You
there's a
heard me?
timely reference.
You're about it.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, it was good times.
I wasn't a big No Limit guy, actually.
Master P.
I was, if I had to swear allegiance to a rap squad, it would have been the Wu Tang.
Obviously.
Pronounced like that.
Shout
Accent on the first. Wu Tang.
Woo woo.
And then
Cream, get the money. Dollar, dollar,
maybe
dollar.
I would have been who the fuck had Juvenile and Manny Fresh? Cash Money.
Cash Money.
I would have been a Cash Money.
Wait, was it
sucker.
Cash Money? Yeah, Cash Money.
And then maybe I would have slummed it with Flip Mode. Maybe
Flip Mode Squad.
Flip Mode.
You can't name. I bet you $1. You can't name one other member of Flip Mode Squad other than Busta
Raw
Rhymes.
Digga.
Oh, Raw Digga. Okay, yeah, impressive.
Dirty
Nice,
Harriet.
nice, very good. What was the girl's name?
That was her.
Was that Raw Digga?
Raw
Oh
Digga
yeah,
was the
yeah, yeah.
girl.
Nice. All right,
Yeah.
nice. I'm impressed by that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you're like a disgusting, just piece of printer paper with your white skin and your hatred.
I've
know?
smashed some brown buns in my day.
Okay, I didn't think you were into the good music though. Can
Oh.
you name an R&B group from the late '90s,
Oh, Jodeci.
aka the heyday? Of,
Jodeci.
yeah, Jodeci's a good one. Blackstreet. You got 112. You got Silk was a good one.
What?
LSG,
That's
LaVert
not
Sweat
Silk
and
the
Gill.
Shaka.
Keith Sweat, killing it.
Well, Keith Sweat's a solo artist.
Rob
sir.
Marshall just soaked his panties. I guarantee it.
Who
I'm
the
telling you
fuck
right now.
had who was it from Drew Hill?
Yeah, Drew Hill.
I like Drew Hill.
From B More.
From B More. Hell
Repping
yeah.
B More. Cisco.
I will listen
That
to
dong, da, dong, dong, dong.
When I'm Making Love No.
Cash Money. Yeah. Rob, I know I'm black. Come on, man. At least music, in terms of musical taste.
Just fucking credit.
He's just mad because I know more about 90s R&B than he does.
Oh. All right. So back to this broad with her thunder thighs that she built that way.
Yeah, so Thunder Thighs shows she obviously works out and like develops her lower body
Yeah.
and then gets up and sort of like tries to degrade it somehow. I don't particularly understand. Like
She
when
said her
I do fat jokes, it's because I'm actually fat.
Yeah,
And so it's like, I'm just making fun of
it's
myself.
the one level that I can actually sympathize with, like, trot upon groups, because when people make fat jokes and they're not fat, I'm like, you co-opting piece of shit.
Well, it's like to quote, not to overly quote the great George Costanza, but
Mhm.
like somebody wearing glasses with no prescription in it is like buying a wheelchair to cruise around in. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Like, don't. I'm just saying.
To be fair, they might be filming pornography.
Oh, it's possible.
They
Yeah, it
might
could
be having to do a secretary or teacher thing.
or it could be a Forrest Hump situation, right?
Mm.
Like Forrest Hump.
Now, to play Forrest Hump, do you also have to be R?
Oh, that's where
Like, do you have to?
you're on thin ice as it is. I mean,
Okay.
ice skate emoji for Rob Marshall. Shout out.
Okay.
I don't know.
No,
so,
that-
so anyway, this chick is obviously she's like maybe a personal trainer, obviously a workout nut, and she's wearing like the long sleeve crop top, which I still say is a ridiculous choice, but whatever. She's obviously in shape, and then her whole act centered around like, I'm fat, I guess.
She said
and
the
guys won't
thighs-
date me because they think I'm fat
the
or something.
thighs looked like
They were her children. Right?
Yeah,
she
they
talked
were
about
children.
birthing her own thighs, which the physics of that I feel like are problematic. But whatever.
yeah, but maybe that's like what Lieutenant Dan looks like down there, like just thighs coming out of. Apparently, I've gifted Lieutenant Dan with a pussy now.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what
I
planet
don't
you're
know.
on, but
I'm
I know
floundering.
not
I'm drowning like Lieutenant Dan in the.
You're
Gulf.
drowning in the essence of my talent, essence,
So-
presence, whatever. You know. What I'm
Yeah.
saying. The point is, the not only was the material horrible, but it didn't even fit the situation.
No, but
So-
remember, she said that the thighs looked like the result of her having a threesome with Lou Ferrigno,
Yeah, Lou
or,
Ferrigno
or the
and,
Hulk. She said the Hulk.
the Hulk and
not
Lou
even
Ferrigno.
name dropping Lou, and Cookie Monster.
Oh, was
but,
that what
like-
it was? The Hulk and Cookie Monster?
Yeah,
But see, again, that's confusing because the Hulk is extremely muscular,
yeah. He would have.
And Cookie Monster's just a
shit out of Cookie Monster.
weird puppet blob. So what are you saying?
Like,
are you
yeah,
muscular? Is one of them muscular? And one of them's fat? It's just the whole shtick was terrible.
It wasn't.
And nobody's laughing. And there's not even like pity laughs happening.
But
It's-
of course, at the end, she mentions her Insta handle.
Yeah.
And like a pussy, I had our friend Dawn march off. I was like, "Get that bitch's Insta handle
I mean,
because
you
I
gotta-
need to
you
see
gotta
what's
get the
up."
instant handle.
Well, of course, because I wanted to see what kind of what pictures.
And what pictures there are.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, it was quite a show.
I'm not going to leave everyone blue balled here. The Real Sex and Waffles, I believe,
well, you
is
gotta
the
go-
public
you gotta go
account.
and drop that and be like, these two idiots were talking about you on the podcast.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, you give you listen to you.
I don't care. The fuck?
But the thing is, then, so we're walking by towards.
I didn't say
towards
she's
the
a
end of the
horrible
thing.
human being. She's a shit comic.
No,
right
she
now.
no, she seems like a nice person.
She
I
was like,
suppose. I don't know.
she was
Girl, you gotta work
fucking
on
like I was at 25.
gotta
The
work on
one,
them jokes.
well, the one time I think everyone gets on stage, and your first several times, it's like you're just performing pretty much a one-man show, and you've paused for all these laugh lines in your head. You're like, well, this is gonna get one. Oh, this is gonna kill. And then that first line stumbles out of your mouth, and you get
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah, and then you've got 4 minutes and 55 seconds of blind terror left
But
because
but
it
when
didn't
you-
work.
You got to own it. You got to be like, oh, I thought that would do better, or you got to
Yeah.
say something. You
No,
know what
I mean,
You
she
gotta
seems
move
like a
on.
fine person, man.
Yeah,
I,
seems like a nice
I
person.
went through her
Gotta work on the
Insta.
jokes.
I didn't pound any out. You know, I'm respectful like
Come
that.
on, who are you kidding?
I didn't. There's porn. There's actual porn out there these days. Why
Oh,
do I need
yeah.
to see like a damn latex clad rump?
Isn't your keystone joke in your act that like you're ready to date again, so you're cranking it to Facebook now?
Yeah,
Isn't that like
that's
your
a
signature
lie.
joke?
I don't jack it to Facebook.
Oh, everybody knows.
Just jack it to Reddit all day.
All day, every
Fucking
day. Reddit.
Fucking
Reddit.org.
Yeah.
You love the Reddit. But anyway, the point is this chick was horrible, and she obviously hasn't been to any sort of substantial
Yeah.
comedic performance. where
And
just
she's getting
people just
lambasted
booed on
because
stage.
neither of her accounts followed me back. So I'll give her the unfollow
Well, there you
now
go. Give her the unfollow.
so that she can.
Well, she knows you're a creep. She saw your picture and was like, "Look at this creep."
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
not gonna sit on his.
Did you
face
send her?
with my
Did you send her a
gigantic
message and say, "Hey, I saw
ass."
your act and you're absolutely hilarious. You're my queen."
I did not.
No, you probably.
And
didn't.
we will do unfollow.
There you go.
There
unfollow.
you
In
go.
real time, unfollow.
Real time unfollowed. Now I'm brave.
Nice.
So brave. So
Well,
that's
that's
about
good.
it, man. My uncle
that's about
died.
it
We
for
saw a
that.
thick thighed bitch.
Saw a thick thighed bitch. Yeah. Or some football on. The Ravens shit the bed. We don't wanna get
Oh
into that.
boy. Oh
all right.
boy.
It's all
God
right. Who cares
damn
about
it.
football? Football's for pedestrians and Greeks,
Plebeians.
plebeians,
Plebeians.
phlebotomies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There was a third topic, wasn't there? Was there a third topic? What was the third topic? This is why we got to write this shit down.
No, we had football.
No?
We did our 5-second football segment.
What did we get into time wise? How long have we been going?
We got like 45, 50 minutes.
A solid 45?
Yeah.
We can make it take it to an hour. No, you want to stretch it out? You want to you want to water down the product?
Oh.
No? You want to talk about the
What?
Switch?
Why draw a mustache on the Mona Lisa we just painted,
Oh,
man?
I'm just saying. I mean, Rob Marshall loved it. Lance Bass, whatever the hell his handle was on YouTube.
Lance Rob loved it.
Yeah. they
That
loved it.
segment
Nate
about you
Gonzalez?
getting double dicked in your asshole?
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I guess, if somebody look it up. I want to see video evidence of that.
Of course you do. Give out your phone number so they can text it to you.
Hit me on Instagram. It's Papa's Basement 69.
Yeah, at Papa's Basement.
At Papa's Basement.
And
at
Twitter at Papa's Basement. Send all the gay porn there to prove my thesis.
Oh, he said. I mean, Robsy's up to try it if you want to be the guinea pig for that.
No.
I'll be D number 1. He can be D number 2.
I dare say this was a charade for the show. I don't actually cater to gay pornography
Well,
and what
I
have
think
you.
we all know there's no shame in it, man. It's 2020.
Gay
Everybody loves everybody.
paraphernalia.
Most people love everybody. Just
Well,
look at you
shit,
and your piece of
Joe.
shit. Well, it's good to be back in the basement, the heart and soul.
I wish we had more of a cast for you, but I hope you had fun.
Of course, always have fun, man.
What are your actual handles?
Put the basement back on the map.
I
don't
can
know.
never
Handles, who the hell
tag you
knows?
in shit.
Who
'cause
knows? Facebook, Joe Gagliardi III.
You have
Instagram, I don't even go on anymore. 'cause I
okay, you have
fucking hate
2
it.
Insta and 2 Twitter handles, neither of which are active. It's
Yeah, and while they're
infuriating.
active, I hate social media with a fucking passion. I can't keep track of all that shit. I even got an app that supposedly keeps track of all your social media together. I can't keep track of that. Facebook's about all I got in me, man.
Well, Facebook. You're active on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. I'm
They can
fine.
find you.
Yeah, like a boomer.
I'm John Papa Georgios at Papa's Basement on Instagram, at Papa's Basement on Twitter.
There you
I
go.
didn't want to talk over our finale song because I'm going to play another cut
Dimitri.
from my uncle.
May he
Yeah,
rest in
Dimitri
peace.
Callis, man. This is from that Chameleon album. It's called The Night.
The Greek Freak.
I thought it was a fucking great, I've been discovering his shit really for the first time. Like a bunch of people were posting on Twitter
Yeah.
about his music. Like
Nice.
people
Knew him.
Yeah, people knew him. Like I wasn't gonna say shit, but then one of my dudes I know, David Nuttycomb, best fucking last name ever. He posted about my
Delicious.
uncle.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit's on my timeline. It's literally my most recent tweet, right when I was
Nice.
about to pass out. So
At
I gave
least someone
that
from the family will be remembered.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
No, not
Not
you with
this
your
one.
4,000 unlistened to podcasts.
No, but we'll give Dimitri, we'll play him out with again The Night.
Beware of his promise. Believe what I say. Before I go forever, be sure of what you say. So he paints a pretty picture, and it tells you that he needs you, and he covers you with flowers, and he always keeps you dreaming. If he always keeps you dreaming, you won't have a lonely hour. If the day could last forever, you might like your ivory tower. But the night begins to turn your head around, and you know you're gonna lose more than you found. Yes, the night begins to turn your head around. Beware of his promise. Believe what I say.